In the quiet village of Sripuram, a couple lived in a crumbling old house, their relationship strained by constant violent arguments. The tension escalated until the wife, unable to bear the torment any longer, sent her two young children to her parents. That same night, she took her own life, her final act tainted by a deep sense of despair and unsatisfied desires. But death was not the end for her. She returned as a vengeful spirit, her wrathful presence unnoticed until a week later, when her cousin Deepika fell mysteriously ill. No doctor could explain her worsening condition, and as the days passed, her family grew desperate. They sought help from a local spiritual healer who performed dark rituals to uncover the source of the possession. To their horror, they learned it was the tormented soul of the woman who had died so tragically, now intent on destroying her cousin. The healer, after intense rituals, managed to trap the malevolent spirit within a lemon, casting it into a remote, forsaken part of the village, warning everyone never to disturb it. Years later, the village changed. Modernization brought new families, and among them was Pranathi, a young woman eager to explore her new surroundings. One day, on her way to the supermarket, she unknowingly stepped on the cursed lemon. From that moment, her life became a nightmare. Pranathi started to experience unexplainable, supernatural events, whispers in the dark, shadows that moved on their own, and a suffocating sense of dread that grew stronger each day. Her health deteriorated rapidly, and no doctor or specialist could determine the cause. She was wasting away, her body and mind being slowly consumed by the vengeful spirit. Desperate, her family turned to paranormal investigators. But what they encountered was far beyond anything they had ever faced. The spirit had grown more violent and powerful, and it resisted every attempt to be expelled. For 15 harrowing days, they battled the malevolent entity, enduring terrifying manifestations and violent attacks. On the final day, the investigators resorted to a last desperate measure. They prepared a potent herbal potion, a concoction known only in ancient forbidden texts, and poured it over Pranathi's head. The room filled with an eerie silence, a silence so thick it felt as if the air had been sucked out of the house. And then, with a final, blood-curdling scream, the spirit was gone. Pranathi lay motionless, her body frail and exhausted, but alive. The curse had been lifted, but the fear lingered, a reminder that some spirits never truly rest.